Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I think I got the lighting right. Did I get the lighting right? I always feel like I get the lighting. After like almost 2,000 lives, you would think that I would get the lighting right. But anyway, I digress. As you're joining me live, let me know you are here. If you drop a comment or love, hate, or something, then I know you're here. T-Money. That's fine. What's crack-a-lackin'? So today I have it's been a really interesting week, I gotta tell you. It's been a really week. Let's not talk about the week. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about the message for today. I had a couple of really interesting calls with a couple of a couple of really cool friends, and one thing that I may have talked about this before, but I know I haven't talked about it by itself in a life, but I may have referred to it in other lives. Um, I'm going to share with you one of my least favorite principles to live with. Um, if you're somebody that this is a common practice for you, I really wish and pray that you stop like immediately. This is not one of those things, oh, let me kind of think about it and this is one of those that, if you want my opinion, I would highly recommend. If this is you, I highly recommend you know, pull the brakes on it. And if you have somebody around you that is this type of a character and this is their principle and they live by this, then oh man, I would definitely get away from them. This is like one of those principles that once I share it with you, I know for a fact that I would be very surprised if somebody would say no. I like that principle. I'm gonna live with that. I'd be really surprised. But nonetheless, you see this. People use this. Joseph, my man, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you, Joe. Welcome. But nonetheless, you see this principle practiced by folks. Like this is, some people use this. Like I said, if this is you, I'm gonna again, before I drop it on you, if this is you and this is one of your principles that you practice or even teach or preach or what have you, I definitely highly recommend you pull the brakes and stop. And if you know somebody that this is their, yeah. And what is that principle? Let's say, what am I referring to? Have you ever met people where they really talk a huge game about themselves, right? Have you ever met people that just love talking about their, uh, you like them? I appreciate it, money. Thank you. I just got your message. But have you ever met people they talk such a high game of themselves, right? Like big game, and not necessarily true. Now, to some extent maybe, but not to the extent they're talking about. So somebody talks a really big game, and that's only got half the game. You know what I mean? They don't got that much game. They got half the game. And but that's not the only thing. The big thing is this. They talk this big game. They want to shine. But what they do is they push down on everyone else. Have you met people like that? That the only way they can stand up in a crowd is by pushing everybody down. They ridicule the next guy. They make fun of the next guy. They hate on the next guy. They're jealous of the next guy. They talk all the bad stuff about the next guy. They make stuff up about the next guy. They have to throw this dark blanket over everybody else in order for them to be seen. Have you met anyone like that? I know people like that. I do. I do. And it's the most, if you've ever come in contact with somebody like that, and if you've ever had the pleasure of dealing with somebody like that, or communicating with somebody like that, or hanging out with somebody like that, you know what I'm talking about. You know that it's the most disturbing, uncomfortable situations that one can be in. I was waiting about the neighbor. Where is the neighbor? Right? It's one of the most disturbing, uncomfortable situations that you can be in, because in a lot of cases, you and I are not like that. Right? That's why it makes us very uncomfortable. So we don't get into that ping pong match. They talk their stuff, putting us down, but we don't talk back and what you, because that's not really us. Because we would be just like them, right? So we're like, so it's the most uncomfortable, stressful situation that you can be in, and the only thing you can do is get out as soon as you can, as politely as you can, and get out, right? And that's the reason why I share with you, if this is one of those principles that is like your thing, you love putting people down to just rise up. Oh man, I would really, really hope and pray and all that you reconsider, like, like dump that principle. Why would you want that as one of your things? On the flip side, that's one of the things you stay away from, right? Why would you put others down to rise up? That stems from having such a low confidence, such a low self-esteem. I'm not enough. I never will be enough. I never was enough. I never got love. I never got all these packaged up. That's the reason why somebody has to put everybody else down in order for them to shine, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to shine in a crowd, right? Because they have low self-esteem, low confidence, don't know much about much, can't carry a conversation. They got full of hate, jealousy, envy, right? So normally they wouldn't be able to shine. That's the only way they could. But they don't understand that, by them putting others down, they're easily recognized as this thinkaboo, who wants to hang around that guy? They rise up, but pretty quickly people understand that, hey, that's the person you want to stay away from, right? So, thought of the day, if you would, hey, there's no reason, you hear me? No reason for anybody to put anybody else down in order for them to get up. All that means, if you're in that stage of the game, all that means that you really got to work on you. You really got to work on you and figure things out about you, because there's a lot more about you then there's more about other people where you're trying to like push them down, right? So there's a lot more about you. So if that's you, if that's something that comes up in your life, stop, take a break, take a deep breath, sit down and say, you know what, I gotta review this. This is not working out too well. You're not gonna have a crowd around you. There's not gonna be a whole bunch of fans following you around, right? So I hope you've got some love, some inspiration, some value from this live. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. If you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag, share. You know what you do. And until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.